Alright, so if you want to take your Civil 3D model back to InfraWorks at your last test, basically I will just save the file and you can close it, and I'll go into InfraWorks. There's some prep here that you have to do. Basically you're going to have to click on the streets and you'll have to delete them to clear them out, and then that way you can bring in Civil 3D. So the roads are not going to be actual component roads that you can actually use in any of the traffic analysis or anything after that. It's merely just for visual purposes. So you will have to clean it up in order to bring it over before you can bring it. To bring it over, just go to the UI, go to the data source panel, go up and find the AutoCAD Civil 3D, and then browse to wherever your project is. I have my Civil 3D file. Here's my corridor file. I'll hit open. It's going to scan the drawing to see what it's available to bring over. So basically, it's going to look inside of Civil 3D. It's going to bring in the roads. That's primarily your alignments. This existing surface I don't need. This Avalon and Manchester is my corridor surface, and then this is my corridor coverage, which is basically determined from the shape codes that are from here. Actually, the line work codes. They're not shape codes. Alright, so I'll just go into InfraWorks, and I don't need the existing ground because that's what I stole from InfraWorks earlier. So I'm just going to hit OK, and then it's going to process the data. So at first it comes in as not configured or needs to be configured. Usually I'll just hit the refresh button, and that should process it.
Would be great too. Maybe you could go on keeping the.
So then basically you have this. To bring over the striping though, I made the earlier videos of showing you how to use the map export command. Then you can just go and bring over those SDF files that we'll bring in from our shape files here. And here's the white striping. And let's put this as a coverage area. This will basically be my coverage. I'm going to set it to be white. I should have a white stripe group, but I don't have one actually. So let me just do the white here and see if this works. If not, I'm going to have to add another stripe to see. Yep, that one worked. Alright, so then I'm just going to add in the bike lane now. So let's go with the SDF. Oops, picked the wrong one, not the shape files, the SDF file. And we'll add the green one. And just remember they're not configured, so if you double click on them, it'll bring them up. Say this is a coverage, and give it a rule of what color you want. I got a color. This is going to be my green. And say close and refresh. And I should be able to get my colors here. Another little tip, so I remember I did the road striping in one of the previous videos. If I double click on the road striping, there's one thing you have to do because those are not solid polygons, they're just polylines. So I need to go into this table and I need to go to this buffer, and then I'm going to try a buffer of 0.1 just to see what if that gives me a little more definition along here. And it should come up in about a second. There we go. So that's it. If you want them thicker, you can just set the buffer a little thicker, but ultimately that's how you get the striping for that. So one of the last little bits is putting these guys in. So this is just another polygon. These are polygons as well. The only thing about the little striping here, that they're two circles, I'd basically have to draw a line connecting these and put a tiny, tiny little gap in between them in order for it to cut out the circle. Otherwise, it's just going to fill it in. So let me see what that looks like. So basically what this is going to look like is I'm going to trim this guy out here. Let's trim him. Why are we not trimming? So I got it trimmed here. Basically this is what I have. Then I'll just join these together. So join this guy. And then let me copy this guy around. So basically he should be just one unit with this little itty bitty tiny line so that I hopefully won't notice it on the other options. Alright, let's bring that last one in here. So let's go with the SDF, do my symbols, and then let it add it, and then we'll double click. Say it's a coverage, set my color to white, and then close and refresh. It will rebuild, and now I have my little biking and arrow guy. So that's pretty much how you add the striping in. So remember to just do your export or map export options, and there's a